Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every missed call, the entire game, whether it's a charge or a block or a deflection that was wrong or a foul that should have been called that wasn't called or vice versa. Give me a 48-minute report. And people that will understand that there's so many mistakes that the referees make over the course of the game that referees, ready folks, don't decide the outcome.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The Early Line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage Late
Sort of
Night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Live on SportsGrid, it's Game Time Decisions. Kevin Walsh with you on this Sunday. Let's get right down to business, quick pick style. Last day of the season in the Premier League with the title on the line. Going under Arsenal, Everton, 3.5 goals. This game, they start on time in the Premier League, which is nice to see. So this game is underway. The juice couldn't have moved too much. Played it at plus 100. This is an interesting spot here, though, for the title being on the line. You've got City up by 2 points on Arsenal. The goal differential right now, Arsenal's up 1 on City. So think about it like this, right? If City draws, they get to 89 points. Arsenal needs a win. So for Arsenal, they must win this game. They can't drop down to that third slot. It doesn't matter as much, but it's still, but either way, they're locked in to a top 2 finish here, okay? If they win, then City needs a win. If City loses or draws in their game today against West Ham, then Arsenal, with that victory in their game against Everton, would jump up. But again, Arsenal, Everton, London rivalry, under 3.5 for me. Arsenal doesn't need to win this going away, okay? Arsenal just needs a win. The Everton defense has been very good, so I'm happy to play the under 3.5 goals, quick pick style. We put one on the board already. Plenty for us to get into here, though, on this Sunday morning. Excited to really break down some NBA action, 2 game number 7s, which should be awesome. We avoided, though, a third Game 7 last night with the Mavericks' victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 117 to 116, a 17-point lead for OKC, up in flames, a double-digit lead at the break. And this Oklahoma City offense, it looked like it finally had it going. Defense fell apart in the second half, 69 second-half points for the Dallas Mavericks. P.J. Washington fouled on a corner 3 by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes the first 2 free throws intentionally, did miss that third, and it made sure that they were not able to get a clean look up at it, Oklahoma City. And it was a 117-116 win. Total flies. Total absolutely flies here in this matchup. And I want to quickly say on the eliminated Oklahoma City Thunder, it's very interesting because when you're a 1 seed, right, it's hard to go crazy celebrating making the second round, being eliminated in 6, losing multiple games on your home floor, right? They lost 2 of the 3 games that they played in the series at home, but they were the youngest team to ever win a playoff series when they swept New Orleans, and they obviously battled with a Mavericks team that I've said countless times I think is much better than people realize, right? And that is an important factor when we're kind of going through Oklahoma City here. Is this is not a sneaky Dallas team. This is a really, really good Dallas team. Maybe we should save the word great, but this is a Mavericks team who, with the additions of P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford, and they were already making strides before those moves, found themselves a new level. For Oklahoma City, they know, though, and this is what's important, and I think this is the biggest takeaway for me on the OKC whole deal. I saw some people, little doom and gloom. Thunder should have made moves at the deadline, which is fair to say. But, oh, man, that window closes quick. I think people are projecting panic onto Oklahoma City that should not be there. Youngest team to win a playoff series. Window closes quickly. Chet's rookie year. Jalen Williams' second year. Kassan Wallace is playing closeout minutes in his rookie season. Jalen Williams playing closeout minutes in his sophomore season. And SGA is 25. And that's the most important part. You need a great player to win a championship almost always. If you look year in and year out, the teams that are given respect in the market have one of the 5 best players in the league. Boston is an interesting spot. They're super loaded. Tatum is fringe top 5. Some think he is top 5. It all depends, right? But Giannis, Jokic, Luka, right? Year after year, the respect you see in the market for LeBron, Durant, Steph, Kawhi even, right? With those finals MVPs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is clear-cut one of your 5 best players in the sport. 32, 8, and 7 in this series on efficient shooting. You want one critique for SGA? Shoot a couple more threes. He did not miss more than 2 threes in any game in this series. He can shoot a couple more threes. 4 for 5 here in this closeout game. He is a brilliant basketball player. And if Oklahoma City is going to have one of the 5 best players in the league at 25 for the next half decade, then OKC's window is not going to be closing at all. For Dallas, though, the window is just getting going here because you also have a 25-year-old Luka Doncic who's now made the conference finals in 2 of 3 seasons. Last year, clearly a speed bump, but a bounce back here for the Mavericks, who found guys in PJ and Derek Jones, and in the rookie season for Derek Lively, who look like they can be foundational pieces here. I think what's very interesting for Dallas, and again, a Dallas team that I've been high on, 17-1 to win the Western Conference preseason price with 1 series to go, is this Mavericks team can match either Dallas or either Denver or Minnesota, and I won't be too concerned about it. I'm not looking to hedge. We'll see how things go if I press the panic button or there's too juicy of a number, but I'm really not. I'm not. And I think one of the most encouraging things for the Mavericks moving forward is how Luka closed the series. Final 2 games, 40-plus minutes in both, averaging 30, 10, and 10 on wildly efficient shooting. 21 of 37 from the floor, 11 of 17 from 3, 30, 10, and 10. That's all you can ask for. Is you show up to these series and you go, hey, can Luka be the best player in the series? The answer is always supposed to be yes. He wasn't the best player in this series. It was SGA. It was. Luka closed strong. Closed really strong. And now with a little bit of extra rest, instead of playing a Game 7 Monday, hope to win it, and then Wednesday you're in altitude or in Minnesota, they avoided that, the Dallas Mavericks. Now they get off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. and they'll play Wednesday. They'll play on the road, but they've been on the road so far each of these 2 rounds. They'll be on the road once again. We're going to preview the 2 playoff games in just a moment here, but let's reset the PGA Championship because what a day it was. Round number 3. At the top, Morikawa and Xander Schauffele, 15 under. I mentioned 5 golfers yesterday that I believed could win this tournament. They were certainly 2 of them, certainly not a hot take. I also mentioned Scottie Scheffler. Now you can get 350 to 1 on the world's best golfer. Scottie finally had a bad day. Blow-up style yesterday for Scheffler, 2 over, on a day where the course could be had. People now sweating out probably top 10 chalk legs in parlays with Scottie Scheffler. Hideki Matsuyama, I mentioned, that is a far-gone dream. But the third name I mentioned is Victor Hovland, 2 back of the lead, and all of a sudden sitting here with top 5 odds, plus 750. We have 5 golfers underneath a 10 to 1 price. Xander, Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, Theegala, and Victor Hovland. I still think Xander Schauffele closes this out. Rooting on some Rory, Matsuyama top 10s, Hovland top 20. Now that Scheffler's done, a Xander Schauffele outright ticket. But with this many guys in the mix, Shane Lowry gets in the fold. Shoots a course record 62, tied what Xander did in round 1. Great live betting day for the PGA Championship. We preview some Game 7s next on SportsGrid.
Are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time without getting hurt, for goodness sakes.
That Trout injury really is a bummer, too, because people thought he was going to have a big year. And I look, I don't feel bad for the Angels. I don't like Mike Trout in Anaheim. I thought he should have left when his contract was up.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness. And I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Game Time Decisions. We're live here on this Sunday morning. Just to remind and update people, the Premier League's close to their season is underway. Every game kicked off 15 minutes ago on the under 3.5 Arsenal-Everton, as that game through 15 is scoreless right now. The bad news, though, for Arsenal, City, 2 minutes into the game against West Ham, Phil Foden gets on the board. That does not have any implications for me on the Arsenal-Everton match. Now, Arsenal later in this game are going to need to push for a goal. They must win. But again, this isn't a goal differential thing. It is not. Arsenal needs help and a victory. But they don't need to win by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has nothing to do with that. We'll keep tabs on everything else going on with the Premier League, as I'm sure plenty of you did get involved in that final day. If you're up early, maybe you're triple screened right now with a little game time decisions, a little Premier League, and a little PGA Championship. But sooner than later, you're going to be locked in on the NBA and the Game 7s that we have here on this Sunday. It starts in the Garden with the Knicks hosting the Indiana Pacers as a 3.5-point favorite, and we have questions. Sadly, we have more questions than answers. It's hard to, I think, attack some of the Knicks props full force because the Knicks starting lineup might have OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. It might be without both. Right now, it feels like Hart starts and is limited to what you would expect out of Hart minutes-wise. So 45 would probably be what you would expect, non-blowout. Maybe he can only give you 32, maybe. OG, I think, is going to play off the bench. That's my thought. I could be wrong. The thing is, because we don't even have these guys in their numbers yet, it didn't impact anything. I am very excited to see when those are posted. If by chance before I'm off today, I'll let you know when those numbers start to pour in. I'll continue to check. Maybe I've missed them. Feel free to tweet at me if you've seen them at the Kevin Walsh, and we'll discuss more of the actual numbers that they post on Hart and OG. I just think it's difficult for the books. If they don't know if these guys are going to be playing starting minutes limits, it's just really tough to tell in a Game 7. But I trust the Knicks offense here in this basketball game. And I'm going to play their team total over 105.5. I know Game 7s are low scoring. So do the books. So when you show up to this total and you see 207.5, that's the books dropping it because it's a Game 7. So now that if you're aware of, this is going to play lower scoring, right? And you want to just come in and bet the under, you might not be betting your best number. And it's why I'm willing to play Knicks team total over 105.5. The Pacers defense is not good. And the Knicks have scored 120-plus points in all 3 games in this series at home. So even if that's going to drop off, is it going to drop off 15, 20 points? I struggle to think that's the case here. So I'm going to play over 105.5 with that Knicks team total. On the Pacers side of it, I am playing Aaron Nesmith over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is a really nice number. He's gone over more often than not so far in this postseason here, where I was tempted by his points prop. It's 9.5. He's landed 8 in 3 straight games. I think he can break through that number. The thing is, he's been also strong in his rebound and assist category. That's why it's worth bringing it all together here. It wouldn't surprise me if Nesmith can finally hit 2 threes once again, get you to 12, 13 points. The RA will take care of this. But he also does have 10 rebound plus assist potential. If he can avoid foul trouble, he's a 35, maybe 40-minute guy tonight against the New York Knicks, having to guard Jalen Brunson and do what he can. And if we can get 10 RA, well, then we only need 7 points, and he's been through that in I think, all but 1 game so far in this series. So give me the Nesmith points, rebounds, and assists as we get set for Knicks Pacers. Superstar style when we go to Minnesota and Denver tonight with the Nuggets, a 5-point home favorite here against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Total under 200. Again, what we just talked about. Books dropping totals based on it being a Game 7. Now, yes, it also drops because the last game had 185 points in it due to an absolute rout, a next-level rout. I don't trust the total here. I don't love the total. There is a points prop I'm willing to go over, though. Nikola Jokic, 29.5. Game 7, best player in the world. All the narratives are there. But it's also what we've seen. Rudy Gobert can't guard Jokic one-on-one. Not because he's a fraud, because nobody can guard Jokic one-on-one. And Minnesota shouldn't really be guarding Jokic one-on-one with Rudy. That's not the strategy there. And it's not the strategy they want, by the way. It's paramount that Cat stays out of foul trouble. But Jokic is going to be able to get his, whether Minnesota wants him to or not, it's even better that Minnesota does. Look, so when you go through and you look at games 5 and 6, and you'll notice that Jokic went 40 points in Game 5 to 22 points in Game 6. Irrelevant. It's him going from 13 assists to 2. I mentioned this at the beginning of the series, and it's not played out this way until the last game. Jokic averaged 4.3 assists per game in 4 games with Minnesota in the regular season. They do everything they can to keep the others out of it. Jokic can get his one-on-one. He can't generate wide-open threes and cuts and dunks for everyone else. And if that's what they're going to do, Jokic will get his by his own force, and Minnesota trying to make that the game plan. On the other side, Anthony Edwards, 10.5 rebounds plus assists. You see the double-double prop there, though, plus 700. If I'm playing the double-double number, I love 10.5 rebounds plus assists. He's flirted with 4 or 5 double-doubles so far this postseason. He landed 9 rebounds 3 times against Phoenix. He's landed 9 assists in 2 games ago in the matchup with the Denver Nuggets. And that's what I love about this number. The chance to break through in either category here. Anthony Edwards is going to potentially play a career-high minutes tonight against Denver. You go through, look at those regular season game logs. When he was over 40 minutes, double-double, double-double, double-double. Anthony Edwards tonight flies through the 10.5 rebounds plus assists and flirts with a postseason double-double here against the Nuggets. We're going to talk some golf, some baseball, and everything else next with you here on SportsGrid.
Are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time without getting hurt, for goodness sakes.
That Trout injury really is a bummer too, because people thought he was going to have a big year. And I look, I don't feel bad for the Angels. I don't like Mike Trout in Anaheim. I thought he should have left when his contract was up.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Back here on SportsGrid, it's Game Time Decisions. Happy to have you with us on this Sunday. And just kind of looking through some of the options here for your PGA Championship. There's round specials available for bogey-free rounds. Dustin Johnson right now hanging a minus 190 for a bogey-free round. He is through 14 now without a bogey. Minus 190 that he won't bogey the last 4 holes. That's interesting. Feels like it's been a while since we've even mentioned Dustin Johnson's name on one of these final days here. I think you kind of look at today, right? And one of the things that's really interesting to me, Scotty Scheffler, minus 150 for a round score of under 67 and a half. So it is minus 150, according to the books here, that Scotty shoots 4 under. Can I get some finishing positions here, please? Thank you. And I want to see, what do we get? So Scotty top 20 is minus 200. And to get back into the top 10 is plus 270. He starts today 7 under, T24. At minus 8, you're T19. At minus 9, 16. Do you pay the minus 200 to get Scotty Scheffler in the top 20? I mean, think about what that price would be pre-tournament. I think here's the really fascinating thing with Scotty. This is the first non-competitive right? I think that's the best way to put it. Meaningless is maybe a strong word, but this is the first, again, meaningless is too strong, but he is not in contention heading into Sunday for the first time in a long time. And that makes things really interesting. Just where he's at. And trying to dissect Scotty Scheffler's mindset when he was arrested 2 days ago is fair. Now, I don't think we blame the 73 on the arrest, considering the day of he shot a 66. Maybe it was adrenaline, right? Super focused, just took a lot out of him by the time he got out there yesterday. It's possible. I'm a little interested, though, in going in here at a minus 200 number on Scotty Scheffler to finish top 20. Because he's at T24. Minus 1. So if he shoots 4 under, right, which he's minus 150 to do, that gets us to 11 under, which is currently 9th. I know other guys can get their numbers, but you get a couple blow-up spots there. I think that's an interesting look, right? If you still have some of your boosts available, you could start to slap those on the number with Scotty, maybe make that a little bit more palatable. It's something I'm going to be keeping tabs on here, though. Something, we've got about 45 or so minutes until Scotty tees off. I still figure we can make some decisions here, and we're going to talk to Brady Cannon at the top of the hour and get his thoughts on everything happening here at the PGA Championship. We're going to talk to Coach in an hour, get his thoughts heading into game number 7 for the Knicks, as well as Nuggets, Timberwolves here. And Betting Above the Rim will be live from 1 to 3, the lead up, the build up, the ramp up to what should be an excellent, excellent day of NBA action. Light W card today, just one game in the WNBA here. It's the Mystics against the Storm, and Seattle needs one here. 3 o'clock tip in Washington, 5.5-point favorite. This Storm team, installed as the third choice to win a title, thought it was way too much love. They've gotten off to an 0-2 start. Now, it's interesting. It's hard for me to kill them for the 0-2 start because I'm high on the Lynx. But am I this correct about the Lynx? You know what I'm saying? I'm as somebody who played an over 17.5 win total, thought about a 45-1 title ticket, didn't ultimately play it, so can't take any credit or victory laps on anything. I mean, this is victory lap. What am I talking about? 2-0. They're nothing more than that. How much, though, is that 2-0 because the Lynx and the Storm played a home and home? How much of that is Minnesota being better than people realized? How much of that is Seattle not being good as people think? I think that's a really interesting conversation. As far as your baseball board, and again, we're going to hit this one a little bit more with Dave, but some of the really interesting spots, Yankees, minus 300 again, kind of figuring out when do you fade that team. 32-15, red hot right now. They look like arguably the best team in baseball. 6 in a row they've won now. In that American League East, the Baltimore Orioles throw Corbin Burns today against Kirby. Totals really light today. At Camden, we keep tabs on that. And then your late-night Braves-Padres game. People, of course, always interested in Sunday Night Baseball. Elder Darvish. We're going to keep breaking it down. We're live with you right here. It's SportsGrid. It's Game Time Decisions.
fragile are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time without getting hurt, for goodness sakes.
That Trout injury really is a bummer too, because people thought he was going to have a big year. And I look, I don't feel bad for the Angels. I don't like Mike Trout in Anaheim. I thought he should have left when his contract was up.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start, so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Game Time Decisions, we make it happen with you here on a Saturday morning, and helping us out early morning, West Coast style, Dave Sharpant, Consig. Great to see you. How did the Windy City treat you?
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely so much fun. We had a great show. BBB people showed up from 7 different states and Canada to come and hang out, say hello. One of the cooler moments, not just seeing Skeen strike out the first 7 batters and the Buccos win on top of all that, taking a no-hitter through 6, and Peralt sitting next to me going, he's not going to get a no-hitter. You know that, right? Like a no-hitter, 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 no-hitter. He kept the shtick going. I wanted to choke him out in the 4th. I just said, please stop talking to me. I'm walking through the sports book at Wrigley Field, which was kind of a surreal moment as well. Like the DraftKings Sportsbook is in Wrigley Field. So I had to take that in a little bit, put in some cash plays, through the kiosk and over the counter, and, ask people if they like their jobs and all this other stuff. I'm walking through and the guy goes, hey, you're the Consig. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. And he goes, I watch you on SportsGrid all the time. And I said, really? Well, I said, what do you watch? He said, a lot of times I catch the Game Time Decisions with you and Kevin. And I was like, that's awesome. That's great news.
That's great.
So it was fun, man. I had a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love to hear that. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to the people. I remember, again, it's happened very few times, but I was once at the Garden, and someone was like, hey, Kevin Walsh. I was like, hello. I was like, I probably know you from high school. Like, you kind of forget, man, which is awesome. You ever see me, feel free to say hello. Where do I go? Let's do the Skeens thing then, actually. This is great that you're here. So I have the Skeens season long under.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Dave, right?
Yeah, it's intro.
No. But Dave, it's a season long under. Yep. It's 2 games, right? If you were in the room and you were going to keep that up, which I'm a little surprised that they're even going to do, but if you were in the room and you were going to keep that up, how many strikeouts do you think you would move so you were at 109.5, right? If you were to keep that number up, where would you go after 2 starts?
What do you end up with, 11? on Friday,
Mhm.
and he had 7 the first one, so that's 18. Probably project. I would move it. I'd move it. What, 4 strikeouts? I'd move it up maybe 4 or 5. That's all.
All right. Here's how I know Dave hasn't seen this then, and this is going to be really interesting then to see your reaction. So they moved it. 42 strikeouts.
How many?
42. It's 151.5.
Wow. Wow.
So,
wow. What if it?
Here's, okay.
I mean, I wish I had over and I'd play under right now. I mean, that's a
well.
So there's
by
no
the way,
there's no way to know how to
yes.
move this. That's the interesting thing. I still think. I mean, he looks relatively healthy, but one injury.
Yes.
100%. You lose. So I wouldn't create a 42 strikeout middle if it was me doing it.
Right.
They're still going to go with a 6-man rotation. So we know how many starts he has. Talk it through. What do you think?
Okay, so here's I yesterday ended up. I was supposed to talk about this for like 2 quick throwaway minutes and did like a full 10 on this without you here. So you could, if I lose my 104.5, that's fine. That's fine. But if like I didn't feel panicked on my bets after 2 games, I'm not saying I felt great, but it's irrelevant. He had 2 great starts, but think of it like this. His strikeout prop were 6.5 and 6.5, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say, what would they have hung his number at through 2 starts? Hey, how many strikeouts will Skeens get through his first 2 career starts? 13.5? Flat 14? He beat it by, okay, so you call it a flat 14. He beat it by 4.
Correct.
They added 42.5 to the number. I think what happened is a lot of people.
Somebody thinks he's getting another start or 2.
I think the 100 pitches and 6 innings, people went, oh, so this is what we're doing. Now, you can tell me if you disagree, because some of the guys I was talking to disagreed. I feel like he got maybe an extra inning because it was a no-hitter.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And it was a scoreless game until the Pirates took the lead. So, look, they're going to leave him in ideally through the 5th to get decisions, right? So but I don't think they're looking to stretch him out right now. They're not looking to have him throw 100 pitches every game. Not at least what I've read and what I've been told. Now,
right?
Is this going to change? Maybe, but that's the risk you take. I mean, maybe the number 109 wasn't the best number. I'd moved it 10 strikeouts, 1 extra start.
That's what I'm.
Like his peak. You just saw the best he's going to get. He's not going to play another start where he's going to get 16 strikeouts. Not
well, that's the thing, right?
So
he's, when we talked it out the day of when the bet was made, right? Hayes per 9. Crochet leads baseball a touch over 12, and Glass now is a tick under 12. So I did the projection of putting Skeens at 10 Ks per 9, which for a rookie I thought was fair. So you want to say I miscalculated and it should be he's going to lead baseball in Ks per 9. Okay, that's 12. He's at 16 right now through 2 starts. Yeah. It's going to drop off. Or we should be betting the 200-1 Cy Young number. It's one of the 2, realistically. And I don't think we're betting the Cy Young number, Dave.
No.
My read, and to your point, the 151.5 is also still throwing juice -120 to the over. My read is in the room, they're like, ooh, we're going to get killed on this 109.5. Throw it up again, and they're probably going to keep betting over. And I think they're just going to see, hey, listen, hopefully we can get back enough because this will go under the 151.5. It's even money on 151.5. Or are they trying to tempt you on under money and get money back on people who want a middle?
How many starts is he going to have? 18? Did we figure 18 starts if he goes every.
I think that's generous. I think it's generous to say 18.
I mean, you have to average
6-man rotation.
18 starts is 180. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he gets 10 Ks a start.
10 Ks a start's insane. He's going to win Cy Young. Let me just make this very clear. If he's going to average 10 Ks a start, we need to bet the Cy Young number. Strider's gone. Does anyone do we remember what the Strider Cy Young prop was? I mean, the kid was like 2-1 to win it.
I was going to say
because he's the best strikeout pitcher in the league.
Yeah.
So if Skeens is going to step in and just be Spencer Strider, Zach Wheeler's not having that great a year. He's having a very good season. He's your Cy Young favorite, though.
Ranger Suarez.
Well, what about him? What about this Imanaga? My oh my! this kid's got something. This kid's pitching below a 1.
And there's a buzz in Chicago. They win the division, and he's the reason why at the top of the rotation they give him the Cy Young. The Cy Young will be tough. It would be tough, but the Skeens thing is real. There's a buzz.
There's certainly a buzz. I have a few more baseball questions for Dave. And I also need to send out a couple of feelers, and I'll see if I can grab the people an answer as we are with you here on a Sunday, a Premier League Sunday.
Oh, my.
Oh, Everton scores first. It's not how we drew it up. This Arsenal team. Fold them. We got the under, Dave. We'll be right back.
Are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time without getting hurt, for goodness sakes.
That Trout injury really is a bummer too, because people thought he was going to have a big year. And I look, I don't feel bad for the Angels. I don't like Mike Trout in Anaheim. I thought he should have left when his contract was up.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Live with you on SportsGrid. It's Game Time Decisions. Consig, we're talking some baseball. Yep. Baseball getting some love here, rightfully so. Yesterday, I stumbled across something, though, that was very confusing to me. And I don't know if you would be able to add some clarity, not because I doubt your abilities, but because, well, something's not making any sense to me. And that is the AL Rookie of the Year market. Using the FanDuel Sportsbook, your favorite for that market is Mason Miller. Right now listed at plus 195. Louis Heel yesterday after a great day, charging up 14 strikeouts to the Chicago White Sox. Here is, though, what I'm not, and I just sent a an email to DraftKings support because their AL Rookie of the Year favorite, Dave, is Colton Cowser at plus 120.
Okay.
And then it's Evan Carter at plus 330. We've talked market discrepancies plenty. Mason Miller is just not listed on DK. So the favorite, right, at any book that has Mason Miller is not only not listed, he's not even priced. Like Colton Cowser is priced as if Mason Miller doesn't exist.
Right.
Can you possibly explain that to me?
Yeah. Either he wasn't in the original list and nobody's bothered to alert them. Or,
okay.
Right. So, like, when you do these things at the beginning of the year, you have to enter the market. You don't have to turn them on.
Okay.
And put a price on them. You just have to enter them into the market. Now, I'm not making excuses for the book, but this is a very simple procedure and somebody's job. So you should put it in, list 100 guys. You may only turn on 30 during the year, right? Guys may not get called up. You got to do some research. Look at the Heisman Trophy market. I mean, you put in, that was the worst. Like you literally had to find, we tried to find one guy on every team at least to put in. But if we put in the wrong guy by September or October, you add another guy. So your answer should result, or your question should result in an answer from support. It's either that or they don't think he's going to meet the innings required, minimum, whatever things that there might be some stipulation that they're going, we're going to put him in there and he's not going to be eligible to win. And we're going to have to give all the bets back or who knows what.
So
I'm just thinking
there are some people who think he might be traded, right?
Oh.
Because it's the Athletics, and if any National League team acquires him, job done. But again, the reason I will always try and use the FanDuel and the DraftKings is because just here, those are your most popular books, right? And in what world is FanDuel's willing to take the risk that you get good Colton Cowser numbers, but DK couldn't possibly stomach it, despite the fact that all the Mason Miller bets are losses,
right?
So I thought that was a little bit odd. Last one I'll ask you baseball futures wise, just because it's fun. Ellie over 99.5 stolen bases is plus 350. Juice worth the squeeze there?
That's absolutely worth the squeeze. You see what this guy's doing? I had no idea he was on this pace, and then I saw what he did in L.A., and stealing second, stealing third. It's not like he's just stealing second. He's stealing third a lot, too. So 100 is very reasonable. Bring the stolen base back. It's part of baseball now. It's really it's changing the way certain teams are playing 100%, and he's the guy to do it. Now, am I worried about him getting hurt? No. There's certain guys you watch and you're not worried about, so that's what beats you, right? Because I mean, it's not like he's going to stop running. It's not like he's going to stop hitting at the top of the order. That's worth for sure.
Can I give you some context?
Please.
Because one of the best calls I've made in my life was what Ellie De La Cruz would do this season as a base stealer. A classic. Boy, I wish I played this for more, but it is what it is.
Right.
To steal 50 bases, Dave, plus 285 preseason.
Very
50.
nice work there, sir.
How about 60, Dave? Plus 680.
Oh, that's a summer vacation there, done right. That's a whole summer vacation on Ellie.
Here's what's throwing me off. Seeing a plus 350 on 100 bags. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I mean, again, that's why, everybody remembers when a game falls 3 and the number was 3. Nobody remembers when it was over 50 in stolen bases for Ellie De La Cruz and with 85, and you gave away the score at plus 350. 460 was plus 680. Nobody remembers those. The odds makers get it right once in a while. They get it wrong a lot too.
Yeah. Can I tell you the big thing where I gained a lot of confidence in Ellie's steals this year? People laugh at me for this stuff. He wouldn't stop stealing bases in spring training.
Right.
Nobody steals in spring training. You don't take that risk. We're not getting to beds. We're not pulling a hamstring. We're not going to injure the hand sliding in. And he's like, this is what I do. He had like 6 steals in spring.
He's got the mitten. Don't worry about his hand. He's going into base. He's sliding head first, but with the mitten. I don't think we got to worry about, I don't want to jinx it.
All right. Nothing to worry about then.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. We're going to do the basketball on the other side. So let me ask you this quickly then. As far as the hockey last night, Edmonton gets the job done. Any early thoughts for that Game 7? I know you and I will talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I think the game goes over. Whatever we're at in Game 7, I think it'll be an over. It'll have a ton of juice. I'm leaning Vancouver. First thought. Well done by Edmonton last night, though.
First thought, Edmonton puck line. Lay it. First thought. We'll see. But if that offense has it going, it's plus 180. It's not a bad number is what I would say.
No, that's not a bad number.
Empty net, maybe. We're going to hit the NBA next with Dave. We've got Brady Cannon on deck as well. PGA Championship updates. It's all happening.
Are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time without getting hurt, for goodness sakes.
That Trout injury really is a bummer too, because people thought he was going to have a big year. And I don't feel bad for the Angels. I don't like Mike Trout in Anaheim. I thought he should have left when his contract was up.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. And it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
All right, let's make it happen. We go to the Garden. Knicks, Pacers. Dave, I think this is really tough because we have no idea what the Knicks starting lineup is going to be. I have a Knicks team total 105.5. I'm going over. What are you thinking here with Knicks Pacers?
Well, I thought I had those same questions, and then I woke up and looked at the line out here, and it moved to 3.5. There's a couple books.
Everyone's playing.
To 3.5 minus 15. I think the Knicks will be fine as far as who's playing. Now, how well they play and how healthy they are, I don't know. But somebody thinks they know, and they bet it. So, wore the Pirate hat because I'm still caught up in the Pirates in the weekend in Chicago and all this other stuff. But the P could be for Pacers. I don't know. Again, it's one of those ones. I think if you like the Pacers, just take the money line. If you like the Knicks, just lay the points. It's not falling in the middle. Under again? No.
I'm on the Knicks team total. They've scored 120 every game in the Garden in the series. It's 105.5.
Beat in the head, pounded, and just going. No, I'm going to take the under. Like for me, the books are going to need the under.
Well, that's my only thing with stuff like this, and because it's everybody knows the Game 7s are low scoring, and it's why the numbers look the way they do. We know that. If this was Game 6, the total would have an extra 5 points, maybe more.
Maybe.
So I can't play under. But I'm sticking it on a Knicks team total. You know, I'm just letting it breathe.
Okay.
Look at the total last night in the Mavs game. It was 209 and a half. It was the lowest number of the series. They had 233 points in it. What are you doing with the late game?
Oh man! So I was with a bunch of guys in Chicago, guys that have big bankrolls, big BRs, and they're all over Denver. They are all over Denver. And I was trying to make a case, just presented them the other side. I said, guys, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? They said this will be this is the reason why, obviously, you need to host the Game 7. The home court's going to be the difference. Denver wins.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? So I was talking with some of the crew before, and Denver by 15. It wouldn't shock me, but Minnesota's been really good against this team.
No question.
And here's the thing. Jamal Murray's very much so not healthy, and he's just been nowhere near good enough.
Right.
So, like, I'll tell you this, right? Like, because I know we make the joke that I play overs, but like, if you made me play the 197.5, I'd play it under. So if that's the case, it's hard to separate in a game that doesn't have 200 points.
We got to the number. It took a few games. This should have been the number in this series more often than not. All right. This one might be the one that gets somebody to actually bet over, because they've been betting under. I still think I would go with you. I think I'd bet under.
Well, because basically, if you look, almost every game in this series, one of these teams doesn't hit 100.
Correct.
Only once both teams hit 100.
Yep.
So basically, but we haven't had a game yet where neither hits 100. What does that pay? And maybe not that great, but both teams under 99.5 points.
All total under 190? Plus money.
Oh, the total's getting hit. It's up to 199.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
I think we reached the number. We got to the number. Took the book 7 games to get to the right number. Finally get some over bets. So
let's see. If we go under 101.5 team total for we can't parlay these? You got to be kidding me. I was going to take them both under the 101.5. I got to move it around then. Any other thoughts before we let you get out of here? Baseball, golf, anything?
I'll be looking forward to see who wins the golf. That was a fun couple days. I have no idea who's going to win this thing, but I know it's not going to be Xander. How about that?
I disagree.
This is the one he wins? Every week
exactly,
I hear the Xander. I can't wait to see what BK says. The Xander propaganda comes every single week.
I might have heard from someone Xander can't close this week. I might have heard from someone, Dave. Could be a Xander week, Dave. Could be. Oh, love what we're seeing here. Brady Cannon up next.
fragile are these guys? It's amazing. They're supposed to be the greatest athletes in the world, and yet they can't walk and chew gum at the same time.